5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Was that
Yeah. There you go.
You know who else heard that
Good
sound? The Oscars boy.
Oh, Will Smith moment.
Yeah. Every time we clap, every time we sing, it just has to be a Will Smith moment.
You see, our children will call it High Smith instead of High Five.
Well, I feel like that's the best way you're gonna have to introduce next. You gotta start. You gotta give us a slapping introduction, my friend.
I feel like that was a pretty good introduction. I like the impromptu, It's better. Hi guys and gals, it's me Mutahar, and I'm here with Mutahar.
You gotta really slap the introduction in. You gotta slap him with that start. Anyways, let's hello everybody. We got Houson Jones, the guest on the podcast. And if you couldn't tell, we're still reeling in from last night's Oscars. Normally, how many Oscars do you all watch? Just want to ask you guys.
Zero.
Never watched it once.
None.
See, like yesterday, when I came home, I immediately recorded this video, and I was like, guys, I really wonder how many people on YouTube or in general watch the Oscars. You guys said zero. I even called up my parents who have been watching this shit. That's where I learned it from, right? Like my mom and dad put it on back in I guess they first watched it in the 80s, and it became like a staple. I was like, Mom, Dad, did you watch the Oscars? They're like, no, son. We were with you at a wedding last night. We wouldn't watch shit. And then I was like, did you guys know that Will Smith slapped the guy? And my dad's like, I'm not actually surprised.
Yeah. He seems like such a nice guy, though.
I had people talking about it at the gym today, so I was like, wow, it's a thing. Yeah.
Hey, you go to the gym?
Every other Sunday. Every other Sunday.
I couldn't tell if that was a gland thing or...
Yeah.
I have enormous glands as well, so...
Enormous glands. Right on your arms.
I was like, when before we started filming, when you came on, it looked like the exact opposite of those Russian bodybuilders, where they fucking pump synthetic oil into them. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, he's actually got defined muscle. Those guys look like fucking Popeyes. It's like, what?
Yeah. They're swollen.
Oh, they're
yes, synthol.
Well,
synthol
doesn't that
oil.
screw them up afterwards for life? Because you
a lot of them have to get surgeries to get it removed and cut out. It's because it just hardens in there, and it's literally just oil that they're pumping into their body. It's not muscle at all; it's oil.
So you just stick it in, and the effects are immediate.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of fills up. I think it goes over top of the muscle bellies, and then it just makes it look bigger, but it doesn't look natural and looks weird.
Does it make you strong? Does it make them stronger?
No, it doesn't even make you stronger. Most of those guys I think are pretty weak from all the videos I've seen.
I know, yeah. I love the videos of them doing curls and their arms look like they have basketballs and they're just fucking looking at themselves.
Yeah.
Curling 5
You
pounds.
see them lifting 10-pound dumbbells, acting like they're hard. It's okay.
I'm so hard, literally.
But yeah, last night, guys, I think that was television history, honestly. I feel like, so before we start off, do you guys think we would be, having a moral discussion about how bad the slap was on TV? If instead of Chris Rock, it was Chris Tucker? Because I'll be honest, if Chris Tucker got slapped, I think America would give this man a Nobel Peace Prize. We need to get this man
Yeah,
would
Chris,
be...
yeah. Jackie Chan would have popped out, though. Beat the shit out of Will Smith. Fucking Rush Hour 4.
Care, dude. Rush Hour 4.
I know.
Let's be.
I love Jackie
Rush
Chan.
Hour 4.
I love Jackie Chan.
Yeah, but last night I was when I was on the drive home, as soon as I got back, I fired up Twitter on my phone, and I was like, "What's going on the internet? What happened?" And it's just Will Smith and everything was trending, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Why? And then I saw the video, and he goes in and gives this slap, and I'm like, it is. First off, it sounded like a crunchy slap, but in retrospect,
oh man,
I like the Twitter photo of everyone's reactions in the crowd. It's like a montage, collage of all those reactions.
It was a weird situation because I'm like. So I felt like initially when it started, everyone was talking about the moral aspect. I'm like, guys, there was people talking about there's going to be the LAPD is going to arrest Will Smith for assault. I'm like, guys, for that to happen, Chris has to file charges. He ain't filing no charges.
Dude, after that altercation, did you see those images Will Smith after the slap and he's crying and then
yeah, his apology too.
He Chris Rock handled it so well. I mean, he knocked the makeup off his face, dude. Knocked the dust off his face.
That's why
I
like,
was wondering about that.
That's
It
why I'm
was
going
so good.
X-Files. That's why I like thought it was fake, because I'm like, dude, no one gets slapped, and immediately within half a second, it's like, oh, Will Smith came up and beat me. Shit. It's like
A true performer.
Yeah, yeah, he's a comedian, bro. I mean, they're literally built to roll
like,
with the
dude, if you
punches.
slap me, it would take me like at least 3-4 seconds to go, what? Okay, all right, we're back, all right. I mean,
He probably knew it was coming.
yeah. He's like I guess when like he's walking up, I have to imagine from the other angle that we didn't catch, Will Smith was getting his like anime pimp hand ready to go.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Then he kept
It
screaming
looked
that
like
after.
an actual, you know that panel in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with like,
No.
damn it, you guys are fake weebs.
I've seen
I
I've
believe
seen
I
that
do.
panel.
I believe I do.
Everyone
Yes.
knows that JoJo panel.
The slap. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that panel. I've seen enough JoJo to understand the reference. But yeah, he came in, he did wipe the makeup off him. But I will say the joke that he made, and the joke was very harmless. It was G.I.
pretty
Jane.
good.
He called his wife G.I. Jane. It's not. And before we start off with, guys, let's be real. The medical condition, it wasn't like she had leukemia or some shit. She had hair loss. All right, let's relax.
Alopecia.
Like,
Yeah, I've got alopecia in my beard right here in like a little white circle.
In just one spot?
Just one
spot on
little
your beard?
tiny circular part of my beard is just non-existent. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Man, that's some discount alopecia right there.
I'd
Yeah.
really discount one, I guess, if we had to go with that, because like this part's filled with my beard and this part's like a little thinned out.
Keep Caleb's name out of your mouth, bro.
She also looks
Don't
evil, bro.
start.
She looks evil. Jada Pinkett Smith, whoever dresses these people, it's like they're going to space. It's the same person that dresses Hillary Clinton, all right? They fucking
high
look like
fashion.
fools. They look so dumb.
They're preparing to Pokemon Go to space.
They look like they need to be made fun of is what they look like.
Well, I always
By a
thought
comedian.
Trendsetters.
I always thought if you
Yeah.
sat at the front of the Oscars, like as a celebrity, don't you get roasted the most?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they shit on you, don't they? Like, come on. Like, it happens.
I mean, you can just tell that Will has like so much just shit involving him and his wife because all that stuff with him, like I said, he should have just fucked her and it would have been way better.
Bro, you know who was shaking the most with that whole like Will Smith slap? Bro, Shane Dawson was shitting himself. I'm telling you, he was out there somewhere because didn't he get into beef with the Smiths?
Yeah, he did.
a while
He's like,
ago?
oh, fuck.
Right? He's like, oh god, this dude did nothing and he got slapped.
What about
if
the
I ever cross this man's path, he's gonna blast my lips off.
what about the actual guy who slept with Jada Pinkett Smith when they were separated? The fucking what was his name? Alcinio or something like that?
Hey, that's an Eskimo brother now, okay? That's family.
True. Eskimo brothers.
Dude, but like, yeah. It's funny because he laughed at the joke.
Oh.
Like, he made the G.I. Jane
Yes.
joke. And he's laughing. He's like, yeah, my wife do look like G.I. Jane. Looks over. Oh, fuck. I gotta go up and...
I just looked up Jada Pinkett Smith affair. The alleged affair between Jada Pinkett and Chris Rock that could have added to Will Smith's frustration. It's an onion. It's a fucking onion of nonsense. How many fucking people? Oh, August Alsina. That's the guy she.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Like-
god. That's... Oh,
He
that's...
was there, wasn't he?
Okay, so like when you said that reminded me, like that's one of the shitty artists I played on Spotify last night. Okay, all right, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Damn, Jada's kind of a fucking
Yeah, bro.
cougar. Holy shit, that dude's like,
Yeah. I mean, she's very pretty, in my opinion. I think she's a very attractive woman, and she's pretty old. I think mid-50s.
you know, the thing with Will Smith is like, and Jada is like, learn to take a joke about your hair loss. You guys have your own zip code in the United States. What more do you need? All right,
Yeah, come on,
Christ. Like,
come on, Sugma. Yeah, and also, yeah, I think the joke like really was a tame joke, like you said, Muda.
Yeah.
Pretty tame. I mean, I could have been way meaner, and then he
Yeah,
probably
like-
would have fucking pulled out a sword and stabbed me, and then fucking threw me over his body.
Yeah, like okay, if we were the Oscar, if I had to get mad for every time somebody called me a fat Indian on the internet, I'd be handing out slaps like no tomorrow. But what the hell? Like, come on now. He laughed at the joke. Like, dude, the only reason it happens, he looked over, was like, oh shit, I got a nut up now. Christ, she's mad. Like,
And then he cried.
yeah, like
Didn't he apologize in his acceptance speech or
He
something?
did, yeah. Didn't apologize to Chris Rock though.
Oh, okay.
He just apologized to the
Sorry,
Academy.
the Academy, yeah.
Yeah.
Only in America can you win Best Actor and slap the host within a 50-minute time frame.
Fucking slap this,
And
like,
we were all saying that the Streamer Awards was better than the Oscars. No.
Yeah.
No, not this year.
Like now that I've seen, so like obviously like the Nielsen ratings have went down for the Oscars like tremendously. Like it used to be like I think we're looking at a drop off of like 80 to 90%. But this is like it, dude. Honestly, if the Oscars doesn't have like people getting slapped or like if it doesn't turn
yeah,
into like
I'm never watching it again.
Yeah, right.
It should be a reoccurring event. Yeah, bring
Yeah.
it back
Fights.
next year.
Bring YouTuber boxing.
Yeah, right. Like, dude, I want to see more than a pimp hand next year. All right, if these guys
Oscar
want my
slap
viewers.
fight. Yeah, Oscar slap fight.
Like, it's kind of amazing how much like relevancy it's brought back ever since like because let's be honest, this like these people usually act so out of touch, but to see a guy go up and like slap a dude somehow it
Pure
feels like
rage.
it's so much more down to earth. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like now I can picture what Will Smith's like at a dive bar. Like if you shit on his wife.
Oh my god. The amount
He's
of
the
people
guy
he
getting
must
in
have been
fights.
paying off over the years. God damn. But what do you think Will Smith's wife was thinking when Will Smith went to smack the guy? I think she was thinking, that's
She's
hot.
like
That's
August
hot."
has a nice ass. He's here too. That's what she was thinking.
Do you think
Chris
he got
Rock
laid?
is a handsome man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they had like. Do you think Will Smith and his wife had like fucking crazy sex afterwards though? Like it was
That's
just
what.
like.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I have to imagine like it must have been like the only thing that brought back passion into that marriage. You know, like imagine the drive home. Like they're in their fucking like Porsche or whatever, headed back home to their own zip code. And yes, audience. Will Smith do in fact have his own zip code. iRobot was not his greatest achievement, and I will die on the hill. iRobot's the greatest Will Smith movie ever made. I don't give a fuck about I Am Legend. I don't give a fuck about Pursuit of Happiness. iRobot.
Bruh.
The fact
What about Men in Black?
Men in Black is nice, but it ain't no iRobot,
Yeah.
dude. iRobot
iRobot's
is
really good.
iRobot.
We're
Like-
living that now. We're living in an Orwellian dystopian future.
Yeah.
Where robots roam the streets.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Will Smith did not prove he was a robot last night. He went in like a human being and fucking pin-handed a guy. But like, I have to imagine, like on the ride home, like they were like, "So, are we gonna fucking talk about what happened? Why did you cry? Why would you cry after slapping a guy? Like, honestly, he should have like kept it going. It's like, you know what? I don't care. All right, I did what I had to do.
Poor
But,
Chris
like,
Rock.
I still think it's fake though. I think it's completely staged, like 100%. I don't
You think
it was-
so?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like again, like I have two factors for it, right? Like one is the reaction from the slap. Like, don't get me wrong, Chris Rock could take a hit, but like within a second he didn't recoil. That's a little. And then he turns around and laughs when he's coming back. I'm like, oh come on.
I don't know.
I feel like he's a comedian. They're used to bombing. I can't imagine being slapped is much worse than fucking bombing.
For me, it's not like I do think he's a comedian, and it's possible that he could like bounce back. But the fact that his hands were behind his back, and as Will Smith was like walking up to him, he like kept his hands behind his back. I don't know. I kind of felt like he didn't want his hands in front, or he would have had like a knee-jerk reaction to like block or something.
Yeah.
So he specifically
I don't
kept his
think so,
hands
yeah.
out of the fray. So I do think it might have been staged. But regardless,
I just
great.
feel like it would be so. I mean, that would be the smartest thing that anything in Hollywood has ever done. It just seems too real for it to
Yeah.
to like. Because like, if anything, it makes the. Why would he apologize to the Academy? Why would he not apologize to Chris Rock? Are they like trying to start some weird drama? It just doesn't make any sense.
It's like some Logan Paul versus Jake Paul feud.
Maybe that's where they
Yeah.
got it from. Yo, Will Smith's been hanging around a lot near YouTubers, all right? Like, he's probably
Yeah.
picked up a few tricks, you know?
I don't think they would like tarnish one of the greatest actors' reputations though. Doesn't really make any sense. It'd be like
was
if
it
Tom
tarnished,
Cruise
though?
slapped-
Like, aside from the
yeah, for
moral
sure.
stuff?
Half
I'm like,
of everybody hates him now.
yeah, but, like, that's Twitter. Like, Twitter doesn't matter.
not good.
48 minutes
Dude,
later, they're going to hate somebody else.
Dude, that tweet that Slacker, our manager, sent us, did you actually read it?
No, I didn't see it.
It's, to those saying Will Smith hitting Chris Rock is funny, I ask you, replace Will with the word airplanes and Chris with the Twin Towers, not laughing now.
Oh my god.
And there's another one that I see like that's in the recommended here. It's like what Will Smith did to Chris Rock is the same as what Putin did to Ukraine. Putin felt threatened and disturbed. Will felt threatened and disturbed. We all love violence, let's admit it. War is the same as hitting. It's hitting cities. I bet Putin loved it. I feel why Will did it.
I can't tell if that was
Wow.
satire or, like, somebody actually unhinged.
That's
Because
like
Twitter,
some Reddit
Dude,
satire.
I'm reading it. I can't make this up on the spot. Like, there's a level of insanity that's above my bar.
Houston, can you rate that slap performance? I assume you're a man that knows the exact Sigma position to slap a man.
Yeah, well, so you see his other hand was up, and he had a good follow through with the slap. Powder, the makeup was slapped off. I'm gonna rate the slap a solid 8 out of 10. I was
good.
impressed.
And
Yeah.
like he
It was a
kept
good
his other
slap.
hand like he was like almost ready to like block too afterwards.
Yeah.
Like he was ready to
He's
take
in a
something
fighting
back.
stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
It was impressive. Yeah.
What's
definitely.
the crazy? Have you ever seen a fighting stance like that at the gym? Like, has anybody ever like done something in the gym that's warranted a slap?
Warranted a slap?
Yeah.
Oh, plenty of people in training martial arts warranted a slap, but luckily you can just choke them instead, and it's all good.
Yeah.
So,
You ever choked a
Plenty of
guy?
rascals.
You ever choked a guy with teaching him?
plenty of people.
Bro, your
Knocked out
arm
a
was
guy.
the planes and their neck was the Twin Towers. How do you think?
Yep.
So it's like training people. Like when you end up putting them into it, is it ever like one of those things where like you can kind of get away with it, but you just like choke them a little extra seconds, like you piece of shit. I'm gonna enjoy my time.
Well, it's a whole thing. It's like because I taught martial arts for like 6 or 7 years, from like kids up to like amateur MMA fighters. And for those amateur MMA guys, you get some real like cocky hotheads in there. Sometimes that they're like hurting other students and wanting to be tough. So it was kind of my job to like let them know their place,
Yeah.
So I would go a little bit harder on those guys and like, hey, chill out. Yeah, you're not hot shit, buddy.
You know,
What
it's like
martial
some of
arts?
those guys that you end up training where you're like, oh, that guy's kind of a monster. Holy fuck! I don't know if I can
a
tame this
couple,
dragon.
yeah. But never anything that I couldn't like tame, I guess. But it was funny enough though. When I went to do some like videos with like UFC fighters, like I learned really fast how good my stand up wasn't as I was getting like the shit punched out of me
By Wonder Boy.
yeah, Wonder Boy. You made me bleed in the mouth.
I know.
That guy's a monster standing up.
Yeah, he's crazy.
That is.
What martial arts did you teach?
So I taught Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and some, like I said, MMA stand-ups. A little bit of stand-up and ground stuff.
Cool.
God damn.
Okay.
That's
So
awesome.
you're like fully decked to take on the world at this point. But do you feel like you could take on Will Smith though?
I mean, as long as I wasn't, delivering a joke on the Oscar
No,
stage.
you delivered a joke. Like, you went beyond making fun of the hair. Like you didn't come up with no weak ass J.I. Jane joke. You went way beyond that.
I went in.
Yeah.
I went in. Okay.
You signed,
I guess
you
if
signed
I was,
the budget to G.I. Jane 3 is what you did.
Oh.
You got that shit greenlit.
Yeah, I think I could take Will Smith.
You think you
but,
could take him?
I think I would. If it was me, I think I would have done the same thing as Chris Rock.
The man
I would've
filmed.
took the slap.
The man filmed
Yeah.
iRobot. You can't fight a man who's filmed iRobot.
Yeah.
He's got a bionic arm.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You know what really fucked with me in that movie? Because I used to like hype that up to everyone. And the reason I hyped it, I'm like, you guys know that it takes place in Detroit 2030 or some shit? And then I rewatched the movie like a month ago, and instead of Detroit, it was Chicago the whole time. Like, oh, fuck, dude, this really screws my head up. Christ. like my girlfriend was like, what's the difference between like Chicago and Detroit? I'm like, woman, all right? Clearly, you don't understand. My entire childhood has been changed up. And then I got to the part where he's like driving his like supercar Audi, and I'm like, wait a minute, what are you in this movie? Like police officer in Chicago. Yo, this man's on the take. What? Dude, like as a kid, you never really put those two together. I'm like, yo, Will Smith be taking mad bribes in Chicago, driving that, buying new shoes, everything? Christ. I don't know. He's an interesting actor. Honestly, I wonder like who next would ever delivers like who do you think like is the next person? Now the precedent's been set. So who's like the next who's the next guy? Because I think Jim Carrey's about to do one.
A slap or get slapped?
No, slap. Like he's about to pimp hand a mother. Jim Carrey's
I don't
a
think
crazy
so.
son of a bitch. He's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
do
fucking
it.
loony. I don't think so. I don't think he's violent.
Yeah, my vote's on. Oh God, who's the guy who got his car robbed all the time and he gets upset?
Seth Rogen.
No, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cracks a vase over somebody's head.
Yeah,
I
It's
love.
like if you live in a big city and you don't get a vase cracked over your head 4 or
Yeah.
5 times a year.
Well, that was always-
That's just your privilege showing.
That was always funny, like how some dude breaks into his car and he's like, sometimes it
Yeah.
leaves you a present. I'm like, whoa, Seth.
Literally coping, bro. What the fuck?
Seth, that's called evidence. like
Yeah, Seth. You fool.
I don't know. He's like the weirdest dude to me. I've never been like a mega fan of Seth Rogen. Like I always feel like it's always James Franco in a movie that carries him, and even then I'm like, it's just two potheads with money that are making movies. Okay, I can make.
I think that's the charm.
I mean, it is the charm for sure. Like there's some stuff like I feel like anything like around that 2011 2012 era was good. Now it's just like we get it. Weed is not a personality. All right, like.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Like last night, I never watch Hollywood shit, but I felt like, these people are just like normal human beings now. Great. Like compared to the other years where it gets really preachy half the time, and I'm like, I'm turning this shit off. I ain't watching.
I'm
this.
surprised it wasn't. Well, it may have been, but I didn't see anything that wasn't involving Chris Rock getting the dirt slapped off his fucking face.
Right,
Like,
exactly. I didn't see anything else. I just remember, I don't know, I saw a bit of, like, because I walked in while a friend of mine was watching the Oscars, and, like, it was Leonardo DiCaprio who just came on his private jet talking about, like, the environment and stuff. And I was like, okay, dude.
What?
Okay, dude. All right, go fly home on your private jet and destroy some ozone, okay? Leave me out of this.
What? How do you fly your private jet in? Do you think
then
they at
give a
least
speech,
carpool? Like airpool, I guess. Yeah.
So I got a question for all of you guys. I'll start with Houston though. So you're a YouTuber. You have well over 1 million subs, right? The 1.7 or something like that.
Yeah.
1.7. So you've been recognized in public, I assume.
Yeah.
What's
strangely a lot where I live, actually. Yeah.
Okay, I think YouTube does like promote stuff locally, kind of, or like if one person sees you, they tell all their friends, etc. Because I've noticed that as well. Like everywhere I live, it seems like there's more people. But what's the strangest fan interaction you've had? And by the way, I have to give credit. This is from the comments of the last podcast that was posted.
Oh, okay.
Nicely done. I like that.
Fan interaction. That's a good one. Like yesterday I was in like just a parking lot and someone was just screaming my name, like, Houston, my son told me about you. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But then I have like at the gym I go to, like a lot of people come up to me and start asking me random questions, and I go to Walmart and I'm like taking pictures with people in the checkout, and I'm like, what does everyone else think is going on here? Because I think this is weird, but I don't know. I think, but weirdly though, I think a lot of people are kind of taken back by how I act in person compared to how I am in my videos. Right. Yeah, because like I'm always screaming and yelling at people in my videos, but it's kind of not who I am naturally. Mm-hmm. So I'm always curious of like, do they want me to yell at them? Should I be screaming at these people right now and telling them how strong I am and how much blood I have?
Yeah.
But
has anyone ever like wanted to like not hurt you as in like beat you up, but like do something? Like has anyone ever been like, let me kick you in the shin?
All the time.
Really?
Like, not only in comments, but like in person of like, if hey, you ever need anyone else to get in on hurting you, I'm your guy.
If you ever need someone to just fucking beat you, I'm always
so
available.
Weird. Yeah, apparently it's a fun job that everyone wants to have, but I can't hire everyone here. So
professional sadists are not hard to come by.
That almost seems really messed up because it's like, oh, you just really enjoy wanting to hit me, like you're a fan.
Yeah.
You just enjoy wanting to beat me, like shit.
I have done a few like public things where like airsoft events where a bunch of people like light me up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that one in Florida, and like the event organizer was like, hey, everyone, make sure you turn your guns down to the legal range because we got 100 people shooting them. And then we did the scene. And then when we got back to the parking lot, one guy's like, yeah, dude, I cranked this bad boy up all the way. And I was just tearing into you. I was like, you asshole. Like, you had one rule and you couldn't follow it? Like, come on.
That's like, so I've been airsofting, and like even with the gear, like you can feel it. Like, you
Luckily,
can feel
I
it.
had
Jesus.
my body pillow on my back, so I had some back protection.
I was actually going to ask, is that Genshin Impact?
I got Kaching and Rem. Yeah.
But that is Genshin, right?
Yeah, it is.
Did you know that Genshin, so Genshin sponsored me once, and a few times, and I recorded like a thingo for them, and I sent it to them to like proof before I could upload it, and they were like, You called the characters waifus. That is a very derogatory term. You cannot call characters in Genshin waifus.
What?
Yeah, you should have been like, do you know who you're asking to advertise? Like,
Yeah,
what the
I
fuck?
was like, it's like a little.
Do you literally know the appeal of your game? Do you know why
Yeah,
people
well-
are spending money on it? Like,
Yeah, a little out of touch with their audience, I think. I spent way too much money on Genshin, and then I quit it because I was like, this is a terrible gambling habit that I need to stop.
I'm so glad you said that. Well, I feel fucking vindicated. Like, everyone's like, it's not gotcha, it's not gambling. I'm like, bro, you literally have
it's
somebody.
gambling. It's train wrecks.
It's slot
train wrecks all over.
machines. You guys see Trainwreck's wins lately? He's been winning like
Yeah,
9
he won
million.
like $14 million.
Like,
I
he's
saw
winning
that.
crazy, and then he's still down on it. I'm like,
Oh my
I
God.
don't want
I
to
think I'm
legally
gonna start
say
gambling.
anything, but like, you come on, he's not down. Like, they're
No,
covering. Let's be honest here.
Bro, he's sponsored by them. Like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, 14 million wins, a little questionable. But hey, you know what? People getting slapped at the Oscars, people win 14 million at the slot machines. I might not be that lucky, but some people are. So hey, it is what it is.
So should I wait to get sponsored by them before I start gambling?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
Okay,
you want to be paid first, right? You want to be like giving
Right.
money to gamble. You don't want to actually like, guys. Let me tell you, gambling is a terrible addiction. Okay, but if you can get paid for it and get it completely reimbursed, then shit, you
That's
get
life.
Yeah, that's fucking sweet, bro.
You're winning.
You get all the highs and none of the lows.
It's like exactly. It's like if you get sponsored for gambling, it's like having like a magic liver, you know? Like you could do all the alcohol like shit. Like imagine if you had Shoe Knight's liver, you know? Because I believe that man has like the advanced liver, like the liver of the gods. Because
Robot liver.
yeah, exactly. It's an iRobot liver. You've all seen the Everclear Slam, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, did he? What percentage did he do?
That was 95% fucking alcohol that he did a full bottle of.
I did a half bottle of that on a video that is privated now, but I don't remember like 4 or 5 hours of that day.
I'm sure.
Did you
not.
like throw up
Yeah.
afterwards though? Because I
No,
feel like
I didn't.
what Shoe Nice is, cause that might have, because I feel like what Shoe Nice does though for that is like I think he downs it, and this might be slander of Shoe Nice. I'm real sorry, but I think he goes into the bathroom and like throws it up because that's the only way that I could
agree,
envision. You can't do a whole bottle of that stuff.
It's
I had,
pretty
like,
much the.
one shot of Everclear once, and it fucked me because I was like, oh, let me try this.
I would say it's pretty much the only way possible to do it because like. I remember like 5 shots into that Everclear video, I just forgot everything, and then when I was watching the edit, I was like, I don't remember any of this. But what I used to do for drinking videos like that is I would just like down, you know what Pedialyte is? It's like the baby
electrolytes.
stuff. Yeah, I would get lots of those, tons of like carbs and stuff, and I would eat a ton, drink Pedialyte, and then afterwards I'm like eating ton, drinking Pedialyte to make sure I'm like rehydrating.
And you're trying to like counteract the fact that you're gonna have a fucking terrible hangover the next day.
Exactly, yeah. But I only got through half a bottle of that Everclear, and it was one of the worst, like, weirdest, like, blackout experiences of my life. So I don't know how he chugged it without puking it.
Shoe Nice.
I've never been drunk.
Well, yeah.
You're a saint.
Oh, sorry guys, I had like one text that came in. It was like some whatever. I'm in the middle of something important. I can't.
Was it
deal with
Will
that.
Smith?
Yeah, it was actually,
You
it was
answered
like
that.
it was actually Will Smith's word. He's like, I'm booking a flight right now to Toronto, and he's about to whip your ass.
What you don't understand is that the texter was the plane and the phone was the Twin Towers.
God damn! I can't
This is
believe
my favorite
Dude,
expression.
I
now.
can't believe people tweet like that. Like, honestly, it's like
Oh my
there
God.
needs to be a license to use Twitter because some people are fucking brain damaged as they touch
Dude,
this
it's
shit.
not like some people are brain damaged. This tweet has 275,000 likes. 207 right now. It's going up like in front of my eyes. 275,000 likes.
It clearly appealed to the masses.
Bro, it's
Yeah,
either,
that's true.
But the beauty of that tweet is it appeals
Mr.
to
Beast tweet.
It appeals to satirists and people that take this seriously. See, that's the brilliance here.
It's that
Yeah.
Reddit line.
You have
It's
to be just crazy enough to get all the audience.
oh, you know what it's like? It's like that one dress painting where like is the dress blue or yellow?
Yeah, right, exactly.
So it's like you got like half the people liking it. It's like, that's hilarious. And then you got the other people like, you know what? Profound. What the fuck?
Oh my god,
dude, it's a slap, guys. If you want to see it, you go to a San Antonio bar and like fucking any night. You'll see that shit every.
No, but we want to see famous people that don't have to struggle in their lives. We want to see them slap each other.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what
I mean,
we
like,
want.
dude, it's like at the end of the day, it's just. Man, dude, again, I'll never get over the fact Will's got his own zip code. That shit has always fucking blown me away. That's what I want to do in life, okay? Like, I'll be honest, like, I think the only achievement in life is to have your own goddamn demarcated postal zone within the federal system. That's sick, all right? I don't care what you are. Dude, that is like winning at life, all right? Like, you're not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You could literally tattoo that shit on and say, I own that fucking piece of land. No ands and buts. Dude, come on now. What more do you need, all right? It's like Bono. Like, Bono's so successful at everything. Dude, take an L once in a while. Let it happen, shit. Like, you know what? I have to say, if it was Rob Schneider that he slapped, all right? Listen, this was clearly black on black crime, okay? This is black on black crime. The LAPD was not going to press charges. They didn't give a fuck. All right, if it was Rob Schneider...
Literally slap the dust off. Like, there's a spray of like sand or dust or dirt or something.
He atomized him.
He literally slapped stuff off his face.
I thought
You like
Will
Thanos
chalked
slapped
up
him,
for
dude.
the slap.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Will
maybe...
chalked up, got some good grip.
Yeah.
Bro, it was his wife's dandruff from those.
Yeah, see, like...
touch your head one time.
You don't want him flying his
Chalked
ass
on the
to
wife's
fucking
head.
Tel Aviv, bro. That's not a flight away. He'll get on his private jet and fuck up some ozones just to fuck you up. What the fuck? God damn.
It was such a good moment. It made me so happy to see, honestly.
I'm so glad that there was so many.
was
What's the medical condition again?
Alopecia.
Yeah, I'm glad today was like, honestly, today should be like Alopecia Awareness Day.
Alopecia
after
Awareness
that.
Day,
Like, this is- I'll always mark this on my calendar. I'm like, you know, when I asked my dad about it, I'm like, Dad, could you tell me like how terrible alopecia is? And he's like, oh yeah, it's one of the most life-threatening illnesses you could have, man. Hair loss. I suffer from it too. Christ, I'm also 60 years old. It happens.
You see, she doesn't even have like, so alopecia areata is a much worse form of it, and that's you have no hair, like no eyebrows, no hair, like anywhere on your body, like that, like actually maybe, but she just like she's balding a little bit.
Listen,
you know?
man, she
It's
still
like, come
looks
on.
good. Okay, that's all that matters. All right,
Yeah.
Christ, take
Did you guys know she was in a metal band?
Huh?
No
Did you
way.
guys know she was in a metal band?
I did not know she was in a metal band. What?
Yeah, she was in a metal band in the early 2000s. They're crazy, man. They're crazy. That whole family's fucking loony. They're loony. Ha ha.
That is insane. Sorry,
Yeah,
I had to-
there's a bunch of, I forget what the band is called, but it's like something about balding.
I had to keep messaging back this lawyer. I think I'm actually about to get slapped, guys. So it's gonna be a wild one today. No,
Bruh.
I got a date today afterwards. So it's gonna be one of those moments where it's like I'm not gonna get home until like 8-9 o'clock tonight. And hopefully by then something else wild will happen, because you know what,
Yes.
we just need more of that. Like I feel like every time, and this always happens, like every time I travel somewhere and I disconnect from the internet, right? Like whenever I take a vacation, like I'm just gonna take this weekend off, right? Like
Oh
it happened
my
last time.
God.
So I was in Houston, all right, and like crazy internet shit happened. Obviously relegated within our YouTube circle, and I'm like, dude, why is it every time I fly out to somewhere, like whether it be California or whatever, that like the
Wait,
biggest
what happened
YouTube
when you
beats
were in
have to
Houston?
start?
Was I canceled? Was that no? That was like a week
No, that
ago.
wasn't when you were canceled. I think it has something to do with Boogie at the time. Like Boogie was just tweeting up like crazy. It wasn't like it was just something about his court thing, and I was like, Christ. And I think that like Boogie got away with it. Like he just recently got out of like his legal trouble, which is an interesting situation. Like you guys know what happened to him, right? Like he fired a gun off.
Yeah, to a warning shot.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. He fired a warning
happens.
shot. I think he got off or something.
It happens.
Yeah, it
I
shouldn't
don't really
happen.
know.
Yeah, but you see, his gun wasn't long, so it wasn't cool.
Yeah. Have you seen my long gun?
Yeah.
The revolver?
Bring out the long
Yeah. Oh
gun!
yeah, dude. Woo!
I got a Warhammer here.
That's pretty cool.
Yo, that's like
All right.
infinitely
That's pretty
fucking
cool.
cooler than the long gun. What?
What?
The long
How
gun
can
is
you
pretty
say
cool.
that? Look how
Okay.
long that gun is.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost
metaphor.
as long as the Warhammer.
If
That's
you fired
true,
that
yeah,
on
it's
your
almost as-
land, if you like fired it off as a warning shot on your land, you can't get like sued because the bullet would land on your land, right? Like, right?
It's
Like
fucking
the bullet,
jammed. It's broken. I can't use it.
Caleb, are you a gun guy? A big gun guy?
Yeah, I'm wearing an ATF hat, and I have a gun in my hands.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's trying to
Yeah, I'm
like
a big gun
cosplay
guy.
as the people that are monitoring. right now.
I've somehow found my way in the gun tuber community.
Yeah.
I don't know
Hell yeah.
how.
I don't know how.
I'm
With
just saying.
those guns, you don't know. All right, it was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. I'm sorry. It had to be
I'll
said,
take it.
though.
I'll take it. But yeah,
guns are
you
sick.
should go shoot some guns with some of these guys. They're pretty cool.
I know.
cool
I
dudes.
think I live fairly close to their base of operations in Texas. But
Yeah. Like Donut, and I think Brandon is down there.
yeah, those are both
I-
super cool dudes.
I wish guns were more legal in Canada. I mean, every time I see all my American friends talk about how awesome guns are, like I own
They're fun, man.
firearms. Like you
They're fun.
like you can own firearms in Canada. All right, like
You just can't take them outside.
you can't keep them locked together. All right, if somebody breaks into your house, you better have that shit disassembled. You better be like John Wick, you know, from that like one scene where he like puts together the revolver. That's what you got to do in Canada. But it's a whole like nightmare situation to like own firearms. But
Yeah, especially because if you actually like shoot an intruder into your house, you get penalized like big time.
yeah,
Also.
yeah. Oh, it's a long court case because I think at the end, like from what I heard, if like in self-defense laws, if somebody busts into my house in Canada and like shoot them, and I think they have to have like firearms, like unless it's like completely immediate threatening to you and your family, you're not allowed to like shoot them. But like I think I've heard it like this, like you get so basically what would happen is like if I shot like somebody breaking into my house, the cops come and they bust me. I think I go to jail. I have to I have a long ass court case, but I think ultimately it gets thrown out because I think the judges and the cops are like, bro,
Wait.
what the get out of here.
Yeah.
The cops come and they make you bust.
Well, yeah. No, they bust you off first, and then they bust you. So it's like it's like you get a good.
Double busting?
It's a good situation, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm gonna start shooting people.
Nope.
Just kidding.
No,
Leave that part in.
I think we're all suffering from internet hell today. I mean, me and
I'm
Josh
not.
are-
Internet's great. I don't know.
I'm
what
not.
you're talking about.
I have my own P2P connection. I'm good,
The fuck, P2 dog. What is this like,
bro. I literally have a tower. I have an
Peer-to-peer?
actual receiver
He has
on a
his
tower
own tower.
dedicated to me. I literally do. I'm not even joking. I have my own, essentially my own ISP.
How do you get one of those?
You have to know a guy.
Oh.
It's the same.
Literally in the booth.
It's the same store he buys the urinals and all the props for his shows.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'll buy one
Yeah.
ISP like town.
Yeah,
I'm just happy I have fiber now because I live in like the former asparagus capital of the world. So the fact that there's fiber internet here is amazing. So.
I like how you just throw that asparagus.
Like, I don't want you to like dox, but where?
West Michigan. I can do this.
I
Ready?
lived in Michigan,
there. That looks right. That around here.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived.
The fifth metacarpal.
I lived around 30 minutes from Detroit for a while in my high
Gotcha.
school years, which was Michigan is fun. Like Michigan is definitely wild, like wasteland areas. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I was in Detroit and I was not a fan of the place. Not gonna lie.
Can't
I
have
mean,
shit
I'm not
in
a
Detroit.
humongous fan of Detroit myself. Like where I live is more of like a tourist area because we have like a
have
big
you guys
sand
ever
dune
heard
park
like the
and stuff like
ghost
that.
radio
Asparagus.
shit out there?
You got. How much asparagus do you eat on a daily basis, Houston?
That's a
Listen,
question.
when you grow up surrounded by asparagus, you tend not to want to eat it anymore. It's just always in
I
your
love
face.
asparagus.
My dad would go out in the back field and pick some asparagus and like, we're cooking asparagus tonight, Houston. I'm like, again, Father? Asparagus for the 5th time this week?
Again, Father?
Please tell me you said it like that.
Asparagus.
My piece
do
is
call
just
him
now
Father.
smelling normal, Father.
Yeah. It makes
Does it-
everything stink.
Yeah, dude, it makes my piece smell like chicken noodle soup.
So, chicken noodle?
Yeah,
That's
it
a
smells
high
like.
sodium piss right there.
Yeah, it almost smells like I could just piss into a. I really want to make soup out of my piss. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Banger video.
You should sell
idea.
it. You should sell it.
Okay, yeah,
I
bottle it
want
up.
You
oompy
should be like,
piss.
I gotta
that's
fart.
an organic design. You should do it. Hey, listen, if Amaranth could cup her farts and sell that shit in a jar, you can sell chicken broth pee. I'm not gonna say
Chicken broth
that
piss.
wrong. All right.
Just
chicken
put a
broth
bullion
piss.
cube in it. Yeah, put
Yeah,
a bullion cube in it.
exactly. Take all my fucking vitamins and too much magnesium, so it's a little
Yeah,
white at the
exactly.
bottom.
This is a genius
All right.
idea.
It's not a bad idea. But
Yeah, I mean, you're really making your pee sound fucking delicious, though. Like the way you
Dude, sometimes I
describe
pee
it.
cream a little bit.
You do?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I pee cream a
Is
little
this
bit,
a
guys.
cum joke, or are you serious?
No. If I eat like a steak and then I usually take like 500 milligrams of magnesium a day. And apparently when you take too much, your body you pee it out. I thought you were supposed to shit it out and like it gives you like diarrhea or whatever, but I just piss it right out. And it like,
yeah, I could consult your doctor.
yeah, I did. He was like, yeah, it's just like
How is
phosphates
it
and
that
magnesium.
my appendix is blown
So-
up and yours hasn't? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I don't think appendixes have anything to do with pee, to be honest.
I don't know. I mean, like, there's so much shit that goes through there. That was a fun time of my life, man. I swear. If I spent a day extra, I
was
wouldn't
worried
even
about
be
you, bro.
here.
I was worried about you. When
Dude,
that happened, that was before I knew you.
Dude, I thought I had a flu. I was like, man, it just keeps going
Yeah.
up and forth. I was like, my dad was like, basically the way my dad diagnosed it was like, I called him like, Dad, this flu ain't getting better. I'm like, how long have you had it? I'm like, 5 days. He's like, do something for me. Get up and walk. And he hears me throw up, and he's like, you gotta check yourself in like now, because when I check myself in, like. So my dad got real pissed to the hospital because he's like, what the fuck kind of bargain bin doctors are working here testing for mono and all this dumb shit? I know that he's got this. Just tell him you have an appendix thing. And so like they put me through the ultrasound and they find out right there and then that my insides are reversed. I have reversed insides. I didn't even know this. Like my digestive system is like reversed. So like if you like put me in an x-ray,
God.
yeah, like if you put me in an x-ray, like my colon's like reversed, like mirrored or something. Like it's
On the
a very
other side.
yeah, it's like a very rare thing. So like what happened was like she was like they were ultrasounding me.
Do you stand when you wipe?
No, I'm upside down, silly Jesus. So like
Oh, God.
when they were ultrasounding me, like the lady, like she puts a jelly on me and she's checking like I guess where the baby is, and she's like, "Oh, that's funny. I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, we can't discharge you, so you're gonna sit down for an hour." And they put me in like a not CAT scan, it's like a CT scan or something
MRI,
where they
CT?
no, like it's a CT scan. Like they put like some fluid in you that feels like weird,
Yeah.
and it like maps your
It glows.
Mhm.
It
yeah.
glows on the scans.
Yeah, they radiate you, I
Radioactive
guess.
isotopes? Yeah.
Yeah. So like they check me. It's like the doctor comes like, yeah, your appendix is blown up, and I'm like, oh, what's the thing on that? Yo, the doctor is an asshole. Like they give you two of the weirdest things. Like, so yeah, because you're 5 days in, I could pull it out. But like, if it's too hard for me, I'm gonna be honest. We're just gonna put a drain on you, and you're gonna be here for like months. I was like,
Oh my
when he
God.
told
Yeah.
when he told me that, I was like,
Oh my God.
yeah. When the doctor told me that, I'm like, God, if it's option B, you can just like cut the cord right now.
Yeah.
I ain't here for over
That's
30
horrible.
days. Yeah.
Dude, were you going septic at that point? How
Yeah,
like how
I
many
was like a day off from septic death.
Wow, man,
I was
that's
like
crazy.
a day
You're
off.
lucky.
Like,
Damn.
well, it was so bad because like normally they discharge you a day, like the same day after you get it pulled out, dude. Every time the nurse came in, she like drew blood out, and then like she like kept pulling pus out of me, and then like I kept asking the nurse, I'm like, "Am I okay?" And she's just like, "Yeah, your body's still fighting." Like even the like one time she came with like an IV bag. I was like, "We're just gonna put this on you, and we're gonna set this shit up to max, okay?"
Yeah.
I was like,
Drip.
okay, all right, you're making it sound like I even asked the nurse, I'm like, I'm gonna die, and the nurse like stopped, and they were like thinking, and they're like, no, you're fine. I think you're good. Yeah, you'll be good. Don't worry about
Most
it.
likely.
God.
The doctor was like, yeah, I kind of don't want to send you home, but like, we need a bed, so we're gonna have to kick you out. And I was like, "Thank-"
How long until after the surgery and everything was done did you poop?
Oh, I pooped like a
Is that a
day
thing?
after. Like a day after.
Okay.
Because like they gave me like a bottle. Like first off, like when the drugs wore off, I'm like, oh, this like it felt like someone stabbed me. So I was like, oh, this doesn't feel good. And like I couldn't get out of bed, so like they just gave me like a bottle to pee in. It was the same bottle I saw at Ricky Berwick's house when I went to visit him. So it was like you had to figure out how to pee. Like you basically just lay on your side and hope to God that nothing messes up.
Oh God.
I will say the best experience though was my like cellmate in the bunkmate or whatever.
Cellmate?
Oh,
The
man.
cellmate.
Oh, my God.
Exactly, it was my cellie or whatever. They kept
He's in for something naughty.
Dude, they kept rotating somebody in all the time, and like it was always for like random. Like some guy passed a kidney stone, and we were just like talking. It was like he was like bitching to me about how painful his kidney stone is. I'm like, yeah, thanks, asshole. Yeah, I bet that was real fucking painful, right? You see me say that one name?
Actually, those are terrible. I know.
Have you had
family people? My dad has gout, and then my uncle has kidney stones. And gout is like you get crystals in like in your toes, and it's
Your
like
knees and
needles.
shit.
See,
And
my dad
he's
would
more
beat
in
up
his
your
feet.
dad because he had gout and,
No!
and kidney stones.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
double
like
whammy.
a real gigachad.
Well, like,
Yeah,
what do you
that's
do
right.
with kidney stones? You like just pee them out or something? Like,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think you
well,
or they have to
Either
go
if
in
they're-
and scoop them out.
If they're too big, they crush it with a laser. So then you're
Oh.
peeing out. You pee out dust for like a week.
oh,
You can vibrate
fuck.
them too. You can vibrate them loose. And also,
Yeah.
I've heard that just beating your meat a lot like helps lube up your urethra and it relax your muscles in your like your lower area, your cock and ball area, and that will help like pass some of them. Like sometimes you'll just piss them out and you don't even know you have them.
Bro,
Yeah.
I do appreciate
Makes
the medical
sense.
terms.
Yeah.
So, what,
Well,
cock and
Cock
ball?
and ball area? Yeah,
Yeah.
my doctor's
Yeah,
never
cock and
said
ball area.
cock and ball area.
Penile shaft.
You know,
I actually
penile
broke
zone.
my urethra. Like I snapped my
you did
urethra.
what?
When I was 5 years old, the
I thought it was
hole
like a
your pee
workout
comes
thing.
out of.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I somehow smashed it and didn't know how, and I only found out because it was burning when I was pee, so I had to have a surgery where they stuffed a tube down my penis and sutured it back together.
Oh my god, bro.
Someone bring out the medical shears.
What's the worst? What's the worst like result of any of your the things you've ever done? Minus the Everclear, obviously. That was like I can imagine that was pretty horrible. But what's like the
5
one of the
hours
most
of it.
regrettable like consequences of any of the crazy things you've done?
I tried to be a little bit strategic and like I want to be filming a video every week, right? So I try never do anything that's gonna like put me out for a month. Which sounds kind of stupid if you look at my channel. It looks like I'm murdering myself every week.
Yeah.
But I tend to have a higher tolerance for pain and stuff. But I would say some of the worst stuff I done was like I remember one time I got elbowed 100 times in my thigh, and it didn't bruise that much, but it swelled up so much and it all like went down into my knee that I couldn't bend my leg. So going upstairs and downstairs was nearly impossible. I had to skip a leg day at the gym, and that's how I knew I went too far. But then I sprained my ankle playing tequila beer pong. That was a pretty bad one because I thought I broke it. Only time I ever went to the doctors for like any video I've done. I don't know though. When you do so many painful things.
And it was beer pong that
Yeah,
sent
right.
you to the
I
hospital.
could have done that.
Bro,
I
you
could
played
have done
with
that.
Grizzly bears and you went to the hospital for beer pong.
Bro, right? Yeah. I will say bear pepper spray is one of my worst like pains ever.
The
like,
mace
because it's
stuff?
just like
Have
just
you
like a
considered
hose.
doing like the
long
Brave
does that
Wilderness
last,
thing,
though?
like going to get
So-
bitten by bullet ants and stuff?
Yeah, I wanted to do that for a long ass time. Like that's been like a suggestion the people have had for me forever.
How long does
I just don't know the
bear mace
logistics
stuff-
of.
Well, how long does a bear mace
Well-
stuff last on your skin though? Like, what's
I swear
what's,
I
don't you
felt
have like
that-
neutralizing agents for that? Like, as soon as you get hit, like you
I
just-
didn't. I was
are
still
there-
filming videos at my parents'
Yeah,
house at that
Well,
time.
Strategic.
Well, I was like, when it comes to that, aren't there like usually like neutralizing things that you put on just immediately?
I mean, so what normally is like apparently Dawn dish soap is a good like thing to get it out. So I had plenty of that. But something about the bear pepper spray really stuck on my skin. I remember days later rubbing my skin and it just burning. I think it would lasted for about 2 hours where I could like open my eyes and be fine. I just remember like kind of like almost weeping in my shower and having someone give me like ibuprofen through the shower curtain after I was done filming the video. Don't get sprayed by bear pepper spray. It sucks.
Yo, I have a banger video idea for you. So
Let me
you know
hear
that
it.
there was that tribe in Brazil that like they sew bullet ants into gloves.
The gloves, yes.
Right. And
Yeah.
in order like to show that you've become an adult, you have to wear the gloves where all the bullet ants who are tied to the gloves are just sitting there biting you for like an hour.
Yeah.
And your hands are just in those gloves.
What? Do you guys know the LA Beast? I believe he did that at one point. No, I want to do that. Like I said, I don't know the logistics of like finding these ants, these tribes. Maybe I can figure that out pretty easily.
Well, I mean, we
on the
could just
internet,
we could organize a Nat Geo expedition.
I want a full expedition out there.
Maybe the Maui warrior tribe will take you.
I kind of want to collaborate with you and just like be the guy that like narrates the fucking like shit you're about to do. Like Houston has found the one.
David Attenborough. You'll be the Maui warrior, okay?
I would actually like that. I like a narrator.
We'll stage it. I'll be the Brazilian tribe leader. I'm like, here, Houston. Here's.
I will say, I got liver kicked by Luke Rockhold, who's
Liver
the
kicked?
former UFC middleweight champion, and very cool dude, but very difficult to film a video with. I was like thinking, because I know a liver is a bad spot to get kicked, so I was like, hey, Luke, I know you're good at kicking. This is a video. Maybe hit me with like a 10% power at first, you know? Keep it light.
An anime character.
Dude, he kicked the fuck out of you.
Only
he
using
went
10%
for the
of his
kill.
power.
Immediately, he went like later that night at the bar. He's like, "Yeah, I hit you like 75%. I can't believe you took that." I'm like, "Thank God I did."
Yeah.
Like,
What, do you
By
think
the way, how's Demi going?
Do you think in his brain he's like, hold on, let me just dig into my like software power level 10%?
He's fucking scary, bro. He's built perfectly for kicks.
he's an intense man. Like,
Yeah, he's crazy. Go ahead.
No, he'll. But I'm glad you survived it, because liver kicks, like I've had that once in my life, and obviously not by a UFC, like not by anybody that can deliver a kick,
yeah,
like a licensed proper like kick to your liver, and that should put me out for it. Like you could feel it for a day or two, like it lingers.
Yeah, it's like a feeling too. It's like when it drops.
Really, very like lingering weird pain in your stomach. I remember I sat in a hot tub and had a bottle of whiskey that I was provided to me and just sipped on. I was like, "Good video, guys." We did it.
Is that a real common thing? Is that like your choice of painkiller? Like after it's like here's some bourbon.
We were. It was in Utah. We were at like it's like computer sponsor Zydax, and they just gave us all bottles of whiskey. So I don't know why they did it, but I had whiskey, so I drank it.
You're like, I need this after it. I will say that's a very big commitment to and that's what I love about YouTube a lot too, because you can find so much different types of content, right? Like if you told me this is the same site where you had like a guy report of the week that reviews fucking chicken sandwiches and a man that's getting kicked in his liver by you, I wouldn't believe it, Like, I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, that's an extreme end of content,
Yeah. Admittedly, though, there's not a lot of people in my genre for various reasons.
You're really competing with Shoe Nice and LA Beast and a lot of those guys. And there's not that many people with like iron bodies, I would say. Because I have to imagine like you probably work out more than the average person. I mean, obviously. But like even for this, like being like at your peak physical conditioning is obviously like a very heavy requirement for doing this, because this isn't like something an average.
Honestly, I consider like working out as part of my job. Like my gym membership is a tax write-off, so like it's I think it's the only way my body's held together through all of this years of abuse stuff, because I'm always in the gym and actually have a decent diet. But I started out in like bodybuilding. I won a bodybuilding show, started my channel about fitness, and then it just so happened the video of me acting like a cocky bodybuilder getting shot with paintballs went viral. So that's the route I went,
Bro, that's the way YouTube goes in general. Like
I think that's where like, go ahead.
Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say like his personality comes out a lot through that, but you go ahead. That's what really succeeds.
No, I feel like YouTube in general, a lot works that way. Like you don't know what you're gonna end up doing. You start off with one thing in mind, and then something else takes off, and then you're kind of just trying to recreate that virality experience again and again until your channel morphs. Like I don't think Oompy knew that his channel would be consistent of making fun of fat
people.
Like,
saw that coming from a mile away.
They're funny videos, so they're funny.
I mean, I never thought I'd be hosting Rule 34 tournaments. Like, right, let's be honest.
Yeah, and I never thought I'd be like making computer security seem somewhat watchable. It had to happen. Like I got so sick and tired of my family members getting scammed by like these fucking obvious fake ass things that they would get in their emails. I would like open them. It's like, if somebody hacked into my Apple account, I'd look at it and I'm like, yo, they misspelled the word Apple. How are you falling for this? What the fuck? Like, man, I must have some brain dead family. And then I'm like, you know what? This is a reality so many people must face, and that's pretty much what happened there. Oompy though,
I find Sorry, I was gonna say I find now though, like I've been doing this whole like jackass bodybuilder thing for a long time, and I still actually enjoy filming it a lot and stuff. But my hardest sticking point now these days is like figuring out what I want to do like next with my content, you know, because I know I'm gonna, you know, I'm 27. Eventually, I'm not gonna get the shit kicked out of me all the time. So I'm trying to think of like other fun stuff I want to do. Have you guys done like more hard pivots in your content, you feel?
Yeah.
I have many times, yeah.
I have. I've had to do it a few times in my career, yeah.
And how do you like? I don't know. My question is like, is that something you just kind of like, you know what, just go with it and hope it like works the way you want? Like, I'm just kind of curious.
I think the way that I do it is like, so I know what type of content works on my channel, and I know like what videos bang and what don't. But I've generally found that over the last year, I'd say it since like 2019, 2018. I really became like more focused on just having fun. Like I started treating my channel as if it were like a diary, you know, like I want to upload when I want to upload, right? Like today it's like me laughing at like the whole, you know, fucking Will Smith thing, right? Like that's one, but the other day it could be like, oh, I want to talk about a really serious cyber thing. And it's like, as long as I enjoy what I enjoy making, I think people will watch it. And I think it works, which is the same reason I think like, with your channel, like because I'm not watching you to get the shit kicked out of you, like that's one aspect, but I'm also watching it because you're enjoyable, you know. Like I also watch Oompy because Oompy's enjoyable. I watch not because of like, oh, I want to see who wins the Rule 34 I don't give a fuck about that. I watch it because he's entertaining, plus he brings on entertaining people and the dynamic's solid. So it's like, that's the thing with YouTube, right? Like as long as the person you're watching is having a good time, it really just like makes the whole thing better. And that's, as a viewer, like that's what I think.
I think that's a good point. Like I don't know. I have a weird like I've always had a hard time like understanding like why is all these people watching me? Is it because I get hurt? Is it because I scream really loud? I don't know. But it's I don't know. I did like a Q&A recently, like the first time I've ever like been like honestly answering questions about me because I've always been in that character for the longest time. And like people are like, "Yo, this is actually cool." So I'm like, "Yeah, maybe I can do other stuff and get away."
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, sure. No, I at some point I feel like your channel gets so big that you can. The only time I ever see like channels kind of die out is when like they refuse to accept. Like some people think that it's people are watching because of like the certain style of content you make. That's only going to last you for like a year or two. You know, like unless you make it so that's like unless you make it so that people come back to your channel to like watch you and like enjoy things with you. That's a whole different thing, right? Like those are the like that's like. I don't watch PewDiePie because he plays video games or like he fucking covers like a trendy topic. I watch him because he made himself relatable, you know?
Yeah, like I watched him do that workout video, like his update the other day, and I was like, holy shit, this is actually really cool.
Yeah, right? Like he doesn't just do like if PewDiePie was still doing Amnesia Let's Play Part 6, no one would be fucking watching his ass, okay? But like when he's doing shit like the workout, when he's just doing stuff that he enjoys, that's different.
He's amazingly entertaining. Like he's really, really funny. And he is a very relatable, like he's a very humble guy, you know?
Yeah.
I think that the platform definitely benefits by having someone like him at the top. Just, you see a guy, a hardworking, humble fellow that is funny, and that's really all it takes. And he can react to Reddit or play video games or whatever, and that's it. And he's switched up his content a dozen times also.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember 2017? You remember?
Yeah. I remember.
Oh my god.
He's one of the reasons I switched up my content because all my fucking gaming videos got demonetized.
Yeah, how do you handle monetization, by the way, Houston? Like, you're hurting yourself. Like, you're in the like, do you ever, like, go into the self-review? Like, for the monetization, it's like, stunts, dangerous. It's like, well, I think this could
I don't do the self-review. I get every video manually approved.
Okay, all right. So you're getting
I have for years. Yeah. It's not always easy. Let me tell you.
How many copies do you upload?
It's just it depends. Sometimes I've done up to 12 to get a video monetized. Dude. Yeah. So I hope I'm not exposing myself on this.
No. They won't care.
MXR does like Reddit reaction type things, and he has very cultured thumbnails and titles. Like this man, he figured out the sweet spot for thumbnails and titles of Reddit reactions. And he told me that he uploads like 10 immediately. He uploads 10 on the spot, 10 of each video.
Damn.
Like, and of the 10,
that's what we still
let's
do.
say 5 of the 10 will get demonetized, and 3 of those 5 will get approved. And then I'll delete the other 9 and upload the one that was approved.
Yeah,
like,
I do the exact same process. Yeah.
that's what we do as well.
And but I will say I've got to be up there on like one of the most age restricted YouTubers. Like for years, I would get hammered on age restrictions. Suddenly though, like last year, they kind of stopped. I don't know why, but even if I had a video monetized, they would then age restrict it, and then they would unage restrict it, and then age restrict it again, and then unage restrict it. And I didn't know how that worked.
I just
but,
want to know how many
think
times we can say fuck on a YouTube video without it getting age restricted.
Fuck.
We're like,
hey, we're too
only
far in.
Yeah, only senior citizens are watching this, by the way.
My piss is cream.
They only monitor the first 30 seconds, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah, you'd think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you think, and then like,
You'd think.
One of us said the R word.
yeah,
Oh,
In
yeah,
one of these.
Caleb
Yeah.
did.
No.
No! Wasn't
I'm
me.
kidding. That was me. I made fun of
Can't
him.
believe-
I only
cannot
say it in
believe
real life.
Hassan would say the R word on our podcast. Like
That's true.
Uh,
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the one
rotund.
time we had an age it was demonetized, not age restricted. You can't you can't age restrict that word. But yeah, so I said
got
it.
age restricted for the word penis. Age
No
restricted,
way.
And they sent me like a timestamp. They said like 6 minutes into the video, you said the word penis.
Yeah, no, like when you're making content, and I think it's really your videos that are related to like alcohol. I think that's what really kills. Like that's what really age restricts. That's what really demonetizes you. Because like I've noticed in like the last. I follow like hunting fishing channels, like not fishing channel, but like follow hunting stuff because I used to hunt for a bit and gun stuff, and those guys get restricted. Like they had like a massive restriction like months ago, like out of nowhere. Like you couldn't even watch like how to like fucking gut fish anymore because it was like, oh, it was a little too much for the internet. I'm like, guys.
See, I feel like it becomes really hard to be like a YouTuber when you know that something like that could happen at any time. Like the fishing channels got blasted. They like got a lot of them got age restricted and demonetized, and it's really similar for anime. You know how many anime channels get taken down by copyright? Like there's so many like.
I mean, it recently happened to me. I think some kind of like a guideline change recently about drinking alcohol because like I got hammered, like two videos removed. And in the past that has happened, but I like was able to like make the appeal and get it back. But even with a partner manager, even with a partner manager, this time these videos were never coming back. So I had to like remove like 11+ million views, I think it was.
You know what's really insane? It's like when you make a policy change, shouldn't it be like, okay, anything you uploaded before the change should be like given grace, right? Like
get grandfathered in. Get grandfathered in.
Yeah, like
that's all I wanted.
Yeah, like I understand. Like, okay, if you told me I can't use the F word anymore, all right, fuck, all right, for the audience here. If I couldn't use that word anymore, then sure, okay, my old content immediately dead. Like, you know how many times I threw cuss words in there? I was cussing like sailors.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And it's like all of a sudden it's like now it's not okay, but it's like
retroactive application. Makes no sense.
Right? Because I feel like if that's
I don't mean to be that guy, but isn't that the R word scenario all over again? Like you have all these old videos when the R word was
every YouTuber said that. Everyone.
Yeah, it was
not me.
It was in the popular, except for Oompaville, who's never said it.
Oompaville was always.
I only say it in real life. I only say it in real life, guys. I like to keep a very clean line. I'm not ableist on my channel. I'm not racist on my channel. And I'm neither of those things in real life either.
You know what's funny? Like, you've said that so many times, and no one has ever come up and told me that, like, they've come across, like, no one has ever, like, if anybody ever told me that Oompa was, like, ableist or, like, anything, I'm like, dude, okay, I get that he makes fun of fat people, but he's not ableist.
It's a joke. Like, I joke about a lot of shit. I joke about everything, including, let's cut that out.
Hey, I had a time. I loved watching the video you made on me. It was hilarious.
Dude, I'm so glad. I remember. I was thinking about what to make because that was when I didn't have it. I was like I was in a broom closet.
In a closet.
Yes, exactly, bro. I didn't have anything, but I was watching all your fucking videos, and I was like, dude, this guy's crazy, bro. It was so good, man. That shit is like.
That was a funny video, though. Yeah,
I'm surprised
I
you haven't gotten hit on self-harm, bro. Like, I'm surprised you don't get hit on that guideline.
Listen, I know these guidelines very well. Okay, I have context. It's artistic. There's slight educational purposes.
Slight.
Listen, I got a lot of
arguments. You ever feel like you're kind of a lawyer now? Ever since you have to memorize these guidelines.
Every YouTuber has to read 4 billion terms and services. God.
That's what That's
That's
what
why
I
I
said.
went
Yeah.
like the route of disclaimers in the front of all my videos, though. Like, and we actually wrote that disclaimer screen to the YouTube guidelines. We like took the sentences out of the guidelines and slapped it in a disclaimer.
When I was
I
doing all
like
my,
to believe that
yeah,
helped.
when I was
Sorry.
doing my crypto stuff, no, it's not. When I was doing like the crypto investigation stuff, like I felt like a lawyer then, because like before any of those videos got uploaded, I had to like go to my lawyer and we sat down and watched the whole like Save the Kids, right? When I uploaded that like hour long piece, I had to sit down with my lawyer. And like we're like, let's watch this video together, and I want you to point out the points. Like, I'll pay you for your time, trust me, don't worry about it. But like, we were literally all of us in a room watching Save the Kids. It's like, all right, tell me when I can get sued. And like, let me tell you, the amount of scrubbing and cleaning I had to do to make sure everything was legal and ready to go, community guidelines, was like, that is a headache for any YouTuber. Like, especially when you work in like an edgier field where it's like. Some days I wish I was like a fucking baby channel, you know, like you go on the internet and it's
playing
like
GTA.
Yeah, right. Like
Spider-Man GTA.
Dude, exactly. Like, I was like uploading like Spider-Man Elsa footage on GTA. I'm like, that's my shit right there, boys.
Like, and every one of your videos can start with that fucking viral laugh. There's TikToks, bro. There's TikToks I've been seeing of like, I don't know who posts them, but the videos start instead of with that dumbass baby laugh from Facebook. It's your laugh now, bro.
I know.
They're taking your meme and they're making it something that's scary.
You know how I know that meme the most? It's from like the family WhatsApp groups because they're actually sharing the same TikToks.
It's
I'm like,
crazy.
Like,
It's crazy, bro.
I hate TikTok. They hate
You
me.
made it. Yeah, I hate TikTok.
They hate me. I've had like 2 accounts banned. I had like a 700,000 follower account banned, and then 300,000. So I've given up
for self-harm, I guess is what they think.
So get this, I put my 1,000 paintballs clip up there. It got like 30 million views. Sports Center put it on their page, and it was up for like 2 months, and then they took mine down, and Sports Center is still up.
Wow, bro, that's fucking dumb.
So I've given up on that platform.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like everyone here, so I don't do TikTok. Like I feel like if I did, I'd probably get like the community guidelines. Nux, you've been hit with community guidelines. I know Caleb's been hit with them. So it's like, are you even a TikToker if you don't get banned at least twice on the platform? Like,
yeah, right.
Let's be real here.
That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not dancing to. I'm not a cute girl dancing.
You gotta invent dances. That's what I've been doing. I go viral every time I invent a new dance.
They've got 10,
bro.
I'm like, who's
TikTok's
watching a TikTok for 10 fucking minutes?
Not me. If I see the little thing in the bottom where like I can scrub through, I just go to the next one.
Yeah, that's what I do. No,
fuck all that noise.
One thing that was really interesting is like so Elon Musk's been getting kind of like based in the last couple days. You know, he's like,
that was cool.
I think he wants to start a new. I think he might like. People have been talking about him like buying out Twitter or some shit, or like turning. Like he asked about like if Twitter does free speech, which to be fair, I don't think Twitter does free speech because it's like
no, they obviously don't.
They don't like they have a very clear bias on what they want,
Yeah.
and like it's interesting because like so Twitter obviously it's a private company, right? Like it's their right to ban somebody from the platform. Like nobody can deny that, but at the same time it's like you also are like a de facto like square for people to talk, right?
Public square, as Elon said.
Yeah, so I'm like, in that aspect, he wasn't wrong. Now the other thing is like, if he buys out Twitter and just like makes it like transparent, like it never bans it unless to like clearly violate a policy, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be interesting.
Even Jack, the founder of Twitter, agreed with him and said like it's time. Like, as if he couldn't have made Twitter better for the many years that he ran it.
It's like, dog, you're the fucking CEO. What do you mean it's time to make it better?
So
make
weird.
it better.
Yeah.
That guy's crazy. He posts like Milton Friedman quotes and all sorts of like super ultra middle low like political fucking libertarian type takes now. It's really weird.
Yeah, I feel like when you're like, here's the thing, this is why I feel so out of touch with somebody like that. It's like even with like Elon Musk like hella base these days, but it's like, dude, I don't know how I feel close to a guy that's worth $300+ billion. Like it's whatever. Like he's on his own. Like at that point when you have that much money, dude, I'd be a fucking mad scientist. Okay, all right, I'd be doing like I'd be flying condoms into space. All right, like shit. If I was SpaceX CEO, I wouldn't be sending my Tesla Roadster. I'd be like, I'm gonna be like, Nux, I need you to get me the finest fucking anime doll in the world. I'm gonna send that to space. I'm gonna send that shit to Mars, and I have the money to do it. Like I'd be doing that.
There's this one scene in Yu-Gi-Oh where Kaiba is like the rich guy in Yu-Gi-Oh, and he says he wants to send Yu-Gi-Oh cards into space to teach aliens how to duel. And I was like, wow, this is the most Elon Musk thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Dude, I'd do that. I'd send like Pokemon cards. I'm gonna send this rare ass. I would buy Logan Paul's Charizard. I would fucking wipe it in my ass, and I would send it to fucking aliens in like Pluto or some shit.
You guys want to send this one to space?
Ooh.
Honestly, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we could do that. That's like a video. We could honestly send. How much would it? So I've actually done it. Like if you go to SpaceX, there's like a way that you can buy tickets on their things, like the Falcon or whatever, and they're expensive as hell. They're like 1.2 million to buy a ticket. Like it's crazy price. But I think you can send cargo to like Mars, so you actually could send it to space. Like
Yeah,
you could
what's
send
the
it to.
freight cost?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like 1 point.
Very
Like it's 750K. Like I think at the cheapest, and like up to 1.2 million.
That's slightly out of my budget.
Yeah, it's a little bit like
Dude, it's a business expense, though.
Yeah, it's a
Look.
video. Write it off.
Look, I'm gonna have to do some unsavory things to make up that cost. I agree, but like at the end of the day, like,
The
that'd
IRS is
a
going to be
thing.
like, huh? What'd you write off?
What are you,
You did
sending to
what?
space?
Audited.
But if you make it,
Yeah.
no, but see, if you make it a video, like if they audit you, that'd be like the sickest audit in the world, though, because they'll be like,
I know.
what did you pay 1.2 million? I'm like, I sent a Pokemon card. How is this a business expense? And then you just like play the video for them, like
Yeah.
that's the business expense.
Your Honor, as you can see, this very crusty sock going into space here has
I've never felt so poor when I went to the SpaceX website, and like when you like go through all of it and it's time to make a payment, like they have a credit card option. I'm like, dog, how rich do you gotta be that your
Yeah.
card doesn't get declined on this? Fuck me.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. But yeah, if you like book now, that's like by the way, that's not like today or tomorrow. That's like 2024, like when they'll ship it out. Like that's for then. So you pre-order now for all their SpaceX
It's really on
crap.
their time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. I mean, it's on Mars time, dude. All right, that's what they're gonna come
Mars
up with
time.
or some shit.
Tulsa time.
But yeah, that was one of the things that I was seeing. I don't know, man. Like Elon's got some weird things. Like I remember reading about like monkeys with brain chips, and they all fucking went crazy and died. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
that's. I don't know. It's a weird dude.
I could see him starting his own platform faster than buying Twitter, honestly.
Yeah,
Do you
I feel
think
like
it would work out though? Like
I don't know.
just because it's Elon? Like
the thing with a
it's
lot
almost
of
like
those
people
platforms, yeah.
saying like start a YouTube editor. I hear that all the time. I'm like, I don't think you guys understand that
Yeah.
probably wouldn't
No,
work.
actually, I
Yeah.
think it could work for Elon. So here's the only way that
Okay.
I think it works from a technical perspective, right? Everyone that's ever said start your own YouTube has forgotten the one crucial thing, right? For YouTube to work, you have to have distributed, like you have to be able to distribute your content effectively, right?
Mhm.
So obviously, the way YouTube works, for those of you who don't know, there's like fucking tons of servers globally, right? Like if you
Yeah.
watch this video in the UK, you're watching it from a server repository that's close to you versus somebody who lives in
Mhm.
California who's watching from theirs. The way that Elon can make it work is he already owns Starlink, right? He already owns like an internet backbone. Like he's his own ISP provider. And of course it's going to extend over time with how much of his satellite program is going to go. So I think in a way that like he's already got like distribution done. Like he's already like his business could be very vertically integrated. Like he owns everything in the chain. So I don't think that it would be like out of the question that he could make his own platform. And the only thing with these platforms is like when somebody makes a Parler or a Gab or a Truth Social or something, it immediately gets rated by like just like the people that got banned from like the mainstream platform, right?
Yeah.
And it's like they bring their views with them, and I don't really care. Like I'm not getting into that whole argument. It's just those people. It becomes its own echo chamber, and that's a really boring platform. The only reason Twitter and like every mainstream social media platform is successful is that it bans everyone on the extreme end, right? Like if you're an extreme right wing guy, off the platform. You're extreme left wing even. You can go off the platform. We've seen it. If you're in that moderate section, right, like where you got like the left and the right wing people fighting all the time on platforms, that's what keeps it engaged, right? Because people love a fucking conflict. People love to constantly argue. The only reason Twitter is successful is because people argue. That's all we've seen with Will Smith. You've got 50% of people shitting on Will Smith. You got 50% of people saying it's just a meme, right?
Yeah.
That they're in conflict. But when you have a social media platform, like, you know, Truth Social or whatever, where everyone is like, they just believe one thing, most boring platform in the world. Nobody wants to engage in it. Nobody wants to participate. It's not
That's
a
why
matter
That's what I'm always on now. True Social, brother. You should try getting on there.
Are you even able to get on? Because I can't get on because I don't even have an iPhone. Like I couldn't even like sign up for that. It's got like a million.
It's hard to get on.
You need an iPhone specifically to get on.
You need an iPhone specifically. You can't get on with the web.
It's so classist.
I can get on now. I recently converted to the iPhone.
So did I, bro. Oh,
yes.
shit.
See, y'all need to see. I'm stuck on like.
I'm gonna airdrop you something real quick.
Yeah, airdrop me something. That's why I got it. I can't tell you how many collabs I went on and I got shamed because I didn't have airdrop. So I'm like, fine.
Oh my
get
god.
One.
I've never heard that. So like the VTube, the stuff I used for my avatar, the rigging works so much better on iPhone than on like Android or whatever. Yeah. So I originally had a Pixel that and it didn't work. Like my eyes wouldn't move and like just all the features aren't there. So I was complaining about it on a stream, and an absolute legend in my chat was like, "Oh, don't worry, homie," and he sent me an iPhone.
That's awesome.
Legend.
So all the VTubers' careers are built on the back of iPhone, is what I'm hearing.
That's exactly. You got it. Nail on that.
Apple, Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, a hero to all VTubers.
I'll admit, my Android has some dog shit cameras for sure. But you know what?
Oh yeah, the cameras fucking
You know what mine does have that y'all phones don't? The ability to watch porn at a bigger screen, buckos. That's it.
You got that sand. Okay.
Yeah. This is like the only reason I ended up getting this because like I write a shit ton of emails after work. That's it. Like porn is like obviously 50% of the use case. I'm not hiding that whatsoever. But like emails for work, like. Well, people don't understand, like, I shitpost on the internet all the time, but trust me, after, like, the shitpost happens, I have to be, like, very professional with work, and I gotta do, like, really boring shit all day. So it's, like, typing on, like, my old iPhone was just, like, an annoying thing. I was, like, I just need, like, a bigger goddamn screen. And the other thing was, like, I was, like, I need something that, like, functions as, like, a tablet, like, 99% of the day, and that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, that's my thing. iPhones, though, I will say the battery life on it so much fucking better than the Android.
3 days. My phone lasts 3 days. It's crazy.
Is that the 13 Max, Pro Max, or whatever? Yeah, it's the same.
Dude,
when 3 days for now, but in 6 months.
No, but like they have they have that low power mode on it that I fucking love because what it does is like even if your phone is at like 14%, like if this phone is at 14% and you leave it for an hour, it's dead. Like you'll press the power button and it's like, oh, well, black screen. Well, I guess I'm fucked. iPhone is like 14%. We're good for the next, like, you can just stand by forever. Like,
they also made this new iPhone like a small brick. So if you do want to throw it at someone, I think it would be pretty effective. You can
that be your next video? Like, can you have like
thick, bro?
It's from iPhones.
Can you have
one
like
bodybuilder versus 1,000 iPhones?
Yeah, like you know how like you used to have tech racks. You used to throw fucking drones on like Coca-Cola pools. Can we just have you like? Can we like put your? Can you be like iPhone 13 Pro Max in a sock versus like?
In a sock. That's a good idea. I know I need to write that down. I've done like soap in a sock and locks in a sock, but never an iPhone in a sock.
Yeah, it's like how many iPhone? Like you just like up the ante. Like you put in another iPhone and another one.
Right, it's just more. We have to like get 2 socks to hold all of them.
Oh, you should do should do like the iPhone versus Android test. Like take the strongest Android.
What's a
phone.
better weapon? Yes, a weapon test.
What would be the best self-defensive smartphone to carry with you?
I'm actually gonna write that down. I like that idea.
I'm gonna tell you now, if you want it, this fold right now, and I got like a spare one here too. So here's the fun story about this one. This one, I went to California, and so we rented out an Airbnb. So you know how iPhones are waterproof? I used to own that, right? This is water resistant now. This one isn't. So I'm the dumbass that jumped into a pool with the fold. I was the first one in probably United States jumped into a pool. I was chilling for a bit. I pulled out my phone and I'm like, oh damn, the screen ain't working. It looked like it was from a movie, like it was just like glitching and like blanking out. It works now. But like, trust me, if you want like, this thing weighs. Like, if you smack someone in the face with this, it would fucking leave them apart.
KO them? Yeah.
Dude,
that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear right there.
I switched from a S22 of the Galaxy. I got it like 8 months ago, and then I just didn't like it. It was terrible. It felt like the exact same thing. It kept dying like really quick. And I don't know. It just didn't work a lot at the time. don't know if I just got a lemon or whatever.
You
but
just need a phone that works, man. This is why I don't get into the phone wars, dog. All I do with my phone is I browse the internet, write emails, and watch porn. Okay, if my phone can do that shit, it's like
yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care that much. It's
Same.
just getting shamed for the the airdrop. That's the reason.
Yeah.
I
the airdrop.
airdrop. If I want to airdrop my dick to my bros,
yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna.
there, baby.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yep.
Damn, y'all are making me want to get iPhones. I want to join the airdrop dick party. Shit.
Come to the dark side. It is cool how it like if you get a MacBook as well, it's and also an Apple TV. All those things tie in extremely well as well.
I know that's what I missed out on my Mac because every time I use my Mac to edit on, I'm like, oh, let me send something from my phone to my. I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm on poor man Android. Shit. Oh well.
Poor guy.
Well, ladies and
You'll be
gentlemen,
all right.
we're gonna tie it off because actually I do have to get to that fucking place today. I got a long day, unfortunately. So, who wants to end it off? Because I feel like I've been ending off for the last few episodes.
I think I ended it off last time because it abruptly ended. Remember?
I think Hugh should end it off.
Yeah, Houston,
I
you
should
give us
end it
the
off?
extra.
Yeah.
Because first off,
bother all the guests last minute. They have to do the outro. I love that.
I have to do the outro.
Yeah, you do.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thanks you for watching Some Ordinary Podcast. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications because you want to be notified when a new podcast comes out.
This is better than my outro.
Make sure you follow all our channels. The links will be down in the description below. Follow us on Twitter, all the socials. We're all cool people, and you're awesome for watching. Thank you.
Wow.
That was
pretty good.
Oh my god. That was
Damn.
that was sick, dude.
It's coming for my job.
I usually just
come
say
in.
bye.
Yeah, I usually just stop awkwardly and then it ends.